You're watching Virginia This Morning.
Well, welcome back. Our next guest always shares great advice when it comes to your finances. Money expert JB Bryan is back to talk about the benefits of investing in a home. And wow, you look fantastic today.
Oh, you're just playing with my mind.
I want to go buy you a house.
That's so positive. Thank you.
The percentage of people that own a home now is at an all-time low almost. And I kind of get that considering where we've been with the economy the last couple of years, but that's turned around, right?
Well, the interest rates are great. You know,
Yeah.
we have low interest rates, but the numbers are showing that the population, of course, is larger. So we have more people who are considered homeowners, but they're actually, as a percentage, it is lower than it's been in almost since I was born. I'm not going to say how many years, but a long time.
A few years.
That's
Yeah.
right, just a few.
Yeah.
And so in reality, there's probably a couple of reasons. According to research, they're saying that it's because school loan debts are so high. They're also saying that people haven't been able to save as much. The current administration is saying that we went from an environment of lenders being too loose to now lenders are being a little bit too tight on their lending that they're offering. And I believe that people actually use that word homeowner loosely because we're really just talking about people who, you know, are actually buying.
Yeah.
You know, so the number of the percentage of home buyers.
Well, I can testify. We just sold a house, and then I bought another house, and it's been the first time I bought a house in a long time. Oh my gosh, the hoops they make you jump through
Even more than you
nowadays.
feel the first time?
Oh, good
Oh,
gosh.
wow.
I mean, every day it was
Yeah.
a new hoop to jump through.
Yeah, I
So-
mean, and you're right. I think it has changed a lot. I think that a lot of people are unhappy with that experience, and you know that's why I really want to make sure that we discuss, like, there are advantages, but there's also advantages to renting. They're saying that there's so many people, the demand for rental properties and for renting and for apartments is so high that the supply is not even there. So, you know, there's a lot from an investment perspective,
Yeah.
you know, that real estate investors and investment has become very popular, but purchasing and buying the homes is what the popularity has decreased.
Well, I would imagine that anybody that's ever owned a home knows that there's always going to be something that can pop up at any minute that's going to be major money that needs to be done. You know, a tree falls on something, or the hot water heater goes bad. So
That's right. That's
So
one
that's
of the
something to consider.
disadvantages.
Yeah.
That's one of the disadvantages
Yeah.
because a lot of people purchase homes that they can't afford. So what lenders are doing now, in reality, if the percentages are lower, as they've told us, then we know that people like you that just purchased actually really can't afford that property because they made you go through so much. And that's really what they want, to have people that are buying homes that really can afford the home. So now you do have the advantage of purchasing, where you do get the tax advantage of being able to deduct the interest that you're paying. You have the property tax that you can write off on your taxes. But as I learned in many of my tax classes and financial planning classes, you do not purchase a home because of tax incentives.
Yeah.
There's other ways for us to get tax deductions, but you purchase a home because you actually need it. So there's certain people who have so many children or so many members of the family that there's not an apartment that can meet that need. So the most cost-effective way for them is to actually finance a home purchase. Purchasing a home also gives you a kind of forced savings, of course, if you have the time for the value of that property to increase. But a disadvantage would be that sometimes people purchase homes, they don't give it the time, and they end up losing a lot.
And there's advantages to not owning if you've already done the whole yard work thing and done all of that, and you don't want to deal with that anymore.
It's a very good point, and that's why probably the rentals are going up, especially for the senior community who's able to sell that residence and actually not have the capital gains on up to a couple. They're able to not even pay taxes on the capital gain of selling that residence of up to $500,000. So they can take that and actually use that to pay for a rental property where they're not going to have that maintenance.
I want to ask you a question that's a little bit out of the box here a little bit. We mentioned that a lot of young people, because they have the student loan, they're not buying houses. Is this going to be a major shift in the way our economy works from so many kids or young adults?
So true.
That A, they don't buy a house, that B, they don't have kids as early. All of those, that ripple effect?
That's a very good point. And we do see the ripple effect already happening. And I was speaking with a young person over the weekend, and he was saying, I'm saving up for a home purchase. And I said, meanwhile, what are you doing for a tax deduction? You know, are you? And he said, well, I'm not doing the plan here. He worked at the Apple store, actually, not to give them ad, but he did. And I said, I know you have a great retirement plan, and that's going to give you a lot of tax deduction if you reduce your taxable income, almost even more for someone like him than the house would do. So it depends on your tax rate. You can get a lot of benefits with a lot of other things that you can do for tax strategies. So hopefully, if the young people aren't purchasing the homes, that they're taking advantage of retirement accounts and things like that. So just because the report says the home ownership percentage is lower, it does not mean that we're not making wise financial decisions. Like that myth where people say you're renting, you're throwing away money. You know, we have to start questioning a lot of the things that we've accepted as true, especially when it comes to your money. It's not, everything doesn't apply to everyone. We each have the right to our own financial goals.
Conditions have changed. You got to adapt with them.
You are great.
And she can help you with that. JB Bryan offers financial money seminars every Wednesday at noon at her office at 4860 Cox Road, Suite 200 in Glen Allen. Now, these workshops are absolutely free, and so I kind of look at it like you're making money. Registration, however, is required. For more information, just head online to WTVR.com/VT.